Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Comedy this hour, William Bendix in an episode of The Life of Riley. This episode goes back to May 20th, 1949. Junior dropping out of school? Say it isn't so.
It's new. It's amazing. It's Prell. P-R-E-L-L. Prell Shampoo. Yes, Procter & Gamble's new Radiant Cream Shampoo in the handy tube. Prell brings you The Life of Riley. Prell, the shampoo that removes unsightly dandruff, leaves hair radiantly lovely, presents The Life of Riley with William Bendix as Riley. Several weeks ago, a debate of considerable significance took place in the Riley household. Subject, resolved that Junior should take piano lessons, with Mrs. Riley upholding the affirmative position and Mr. Riley defending the negative. And the result?
Peg, would you please stop dusting the piano keys? I'm trying to read.
I'm right here in the room with you. That's Junior practicing.
For that, we're paying $6 a month.
He's running over a new piece.
Running over it, he's trampling it to death. What's he supposed to be playing anyway?
Swanee River.
Well, if he keeps on playing like that, he'll start another civil war.
Well, I think he's doing very well. Nobody's forcing you to listen. Just go ahead with your reading.
Well, how can I concentrate? Down upon the Swanee River. Down upon the Swanee River. When is he going to get across that river?
Well, give him a chance. He'll get it.
He better hurry up. Them old folks at home ain't getting any younger.
Well, the child's got to practice.
That's a waste of time. He'd be better off if he was out playing baseball.
Oh, that's all you know is baseball.
Well, he certainly won't get no place banging on that piano.
How do you know? His teacher says he has remarkable talent.
Yeah, give me $6 a month and I'll say it too.
Now, he is talented. And I'm going to see to it that he gets every opportunity to develop his talent. Why, for all we know, he might be another Rachmaninoff.
Now, who's he? I never heard of him.
Never heard of him?
No.
Why, he's world famous.
Yeah, well, he ain't famous in my circle. I never heard nobody yelling, "Slide, Rachmaninoff, slide."
Now, listen, Chester Riley. Junior's going to take piano lessons, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, yeah, well, there's plenty I can do about it, plenty.
Like what?
Well, I can forbid. I can put my foot. I can lay down the... I can stuff cotton in my ears.
Hi there, Ray.
Oh, hi, Gillis.
What's eating you, Ray?
I had an argument with Peg. She's got this goofy idea to give Junior piano lessons. And you know what she said just now?
How should I know? What am I, a sneak? I got better things to do than go around eavesdropping on my next-door neighbor.
She said he's going to keep taking piano lessons no matter what I say. But I told her, I said I won't hear of it.
Well, of course you won't hear of it. Not with that cotton stuffed in your ears.
Gillis, you heard.
Accidental. Riley, I just can't stand by and watch an innocent young kid being ruined for life.
Ruined who? Junior?
Yeah, the poor kid's got no mind of his own. Peg's running his life. One day she decides he should be a musician, so he's got to take piano lessons. Tomorrow she can change her mind and decide he should be a crooner, so he takes singing lessons. The next day she could change her mind again and decide maybe he should be a big star on television. What's the result?
Wrestling lessons?
No. The result is you got a namby-pamby tied to his mother's apron string.
Oh, Junior will be okay. I'll make a great ball player out of him yet. I don't want no trouble, so I let Peg have her way about the little things.
That's just it. It's the little things that count. If she keeps on doing Junior's thinking for him, making his decisions, he won't be able to get along without her. So maybe 10 years from now, Junior's in the World Series playing shortstop. It's Brooklyn against the Yanks. Ninth inning, the Yanks at bat, Junior in the field. Bases is loaded. Henrik on first, Lindell on second, Berra on third, and DiMaggio at bat. Here comes the pitch. Correct! DiMaggio hits a sizzling grounder to Junior, which he scoops up. Meanwhile, Henrik is heading for second, Lindell is sliding into third, and Berra is streaking towards home with the winning run. And your Junior is standing with the ball in his hand, crying, "Mama, where should I throw it?"
Oh, that'd be awful, Gillis.
You gotta teach that kid to stand on his own 2 feet. Make his own decisions.
Yeah, you're right. That's the way it's going to be from now on. I'll see to it. Peg is going to stop making decisions for that boy.
Now you're talking. That's the way it is in my house, you know. My missus don't go around making no decisions. I only let her make one decision since I've known her. And I'll regret that to my dying day.
Yeah, what was that, Gillis?
She decided to marry me.
Peg, I got to talk to you about Junior.
That's just what I want to talk to you about.
Well, I didn't mean to do it, Mom.
Now, we're good. What'd he do?
He didn't show up for his piano lesson today. His teacher waited for over an hour. And where do you think he was all the time? Playing baseball.
Oh, that's awful. Oh, he's a naughty boy.
Riley, this is serious. Here we scrimp and save to give him advantages.
Now, Peg, you can't force the boy if he don't like piano.
But he does like it.
Now, let him make up his own mind. He's old enough to make his own decisions. Well, Junior, what's it going to be? Piano or baseball?
Well, I like
wait a
piano.
minute. But before you can make a decision, you got to have the facts.
Riley, you stop trying to influence him.
Well, he's got to know the facts first. Now, let's say you pick the piano. Okay, you know what that means? Practicing 8 hours a day, day in and day out, year after year. Finally, the teachers here can't teach you no more. So you go to New York. 5 more years of practicing. Pretty soon you know more than the New York teachers, so you go to Europe, to Vienna. You spend 10 years there practicing 8, 12 hours a day. You got no time for anything else. No girlfriends, no sociable life. Just practicing for 10 long years. And then at last, you're ready. You come back to America to make your triumphant debut. After 20 years of practicing, you're a genius. And where do you wind up? On Horace Height's program.
Chester Riley, I never heard such silly
I'm
nonsense.
just giving him the facts. But now, to be perfectly fair, I'll tell him what he's in for if he picks baseball. You make the high school team. A scout sees you play. First thing you know, you got a $50,000 bonus for signing with a big league team. But I warn you, it ain't an easy life. Every winter you'll have to go down to Florida. And in the summer you'll have to travel all over the country, stopping in swanky hotels. And the women, you'll always be pestered by beautiful girls swooning at your feet. And you'll have money problems, all that dough rolling in year after year. You just won't know what to do with it. But you'll be famous. They'll even want to make a picture about your life. The Life of Riley, they'll call it, with an all-star cast. They'll probably get Gregory Peck to play you, Van Johnson to play me, and your mother will be played by Marjorie Main.
Riley, I've heard just
Now,
about
please,
enough.
Peg Jr.'s trying to make up his mind. Don't say anything to influence him.
Oh, what's the use? I give up.
Well, son?
Well, I'll take baseball any day, Pop.
Baseball? Well, I'm surprised. But I'll respect your decision.
Junior, don't you want to play piano?
Now, Peg, we agreed we'd let Junior make his own decisions from now on. And, son, now that I won't have to pay money for your piano lessons, I can pay up your back allowance. Here. There you are.
Oh, boy, $5? Well,
Yep.
thanks, Pop. Can I buy anything I want?
You cannot.
Well, of course he can. He's making his own decisions now.
I'm going to get a pair of spike shoes.
Yeah.
$5 for spiked shoes. Well, I should say no.
Peg, please. I don't like to take sides against you, but that boy's going to have a mind of his own. At least until he gets married.
this would happen?
Oh, Mommy, it was an accident. I forgot I was wearing my spikes.
Just look at that linoleum, full of holes. And the landlord was here today, and he...
Hey!
Just wait till I tell your father.
Oh, hiya, Peg. Hiya, Junior. What's new?
Riley, look at that linoleum.
Huh? Oh, hey, a new linoleum. That tightwad of a landlord finally came across. Yeah, I like that polka dot design.
Those are holes.
Huh?
Your baseball player here made them with his spiked shoes. I've told him time and time again not to wear those spiked shoes in the house.
Peg, stop picking on the kid.
Just look at that floor.
Okay, so it's got a few holes. What are you worrying about? We don't own the house. Let the landlord worry.
Oh, he's not worrying. He was here today and he left a bill for $19, which you'll have to pay.
What? 19. Junior, how many times have I told you not to wear spiked shoes in the house?
But, Pop...
Here, you're going to pay this bill.
Well, how can I pay it? I'm broke.
Well, then raise the money somewhere.
How?
That's up to you. You wanted to make decisions, so decide how you'll get the money, but you get it.
Why, Riley,
Please, Peg, let me handle this. Well, Junior?
Okay. I'll have the money inside of a week.
You see, Peg, that's the way to handle kids.
But, Junior, where are you going to get the money?
I'll quit school and go to work.
What?
Junior!
Well, you said I should make my own decisions, and that's it.
Now, look here, Junior Riley.
Now,
You're
Peg,
not...
please, let me take care of this. I'll settle it.
Well, see that you do, and right now.
So, you decided to quit school and go to work, huh, Junior?
Well, you said...
Okay, quit.
Riley!
If that's your decision, go right ahead. And you better start looking for a job right away.
Oh, I will.
Are you out of your mind, Riley?
Not any more than usual.
You make that boy go back to school.
We can't force him, not after we agreed he should make his own decisions.
I didn't agree.
Peg, I know, boys. He'll decide to go back of his own free will. Anyway, in the first place, he won't find work.
Well, suppose he does.
He'll still go back. I know that boy. He's a Riley, through and through. And one day's work will cure him of the habit forever.
Well, we'll bring you the second act of The Life of Riley in just a moment.
May 20th, 1949, The Life of Riley on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of The Life of Riley starring William Bendix, May 20th, 1949.
And now back to The Life of Riley.
But he didn't go to school today, Riley.
Will you quit worrying, Peg? He'll be back in class tomorrow. He won't get no job.
But he did get one. I saw Egbert Gillis just before, and he told me Junior's working somewhere.
Well, all the better. That'll cure him quick. You'll see the way he looks when he comes in. He'll be so beat he'll hardly have the strength to climb into bed.
Hiya, Mom. Hi, Pop. Guess what? I got a job.
We know.
Oh, say, is supper ready? I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
Putting on an act. Well, how do you feel after a hard day's work, son?
Great, Pop. Great. 100%.
Hey, don't fool me for 1 minute.
I might even put in some overtime tonight.
Poor kid's hysterical.
Well, Riley, handle it.
I will. So you're a working man, huh, Junior? Just like me, eh? Well, there's only one little difference. For my day's work, I got close to $10. How much do you get?
$23.
Well, naturally, you're only a kid. It's $23.
For 1 day? What do you do?
He's a counterfeiter.
Junior, what kind of a job have you got?
Oh, it's an honest job, Mom.
It can't be honest. Who ever heard of an unskilled worker making $23 a day?
Well, I'm not a worker. I'm a boss.
You're a what?
Well, I got this job delivering parcels for this company, and I get 12 cents for each one I deliver.
But you couldn't deliver $23 worth.
Well, of course not. So I got all the kids in the neighborhood who have bucks to deliver them for me. And I only pay them 2 cents for each parcel, which gives me a profit of 10 cents. And I don't have to work.
2 cents? You call that a living wage? How do you expect those kids to support their wives and kids on...
If Pop, they're glad to get the 2 cents. Well, it's just good business.
You're a money-mad profiteer. You ought to be exposed. I got a good mind to tell Drew Pearson on you.
Well, I think it was clever, a Junior.
Clever. I'd rather make my $10 a day the hard way.
Well, I don't know, dear. Maybe you ought to go to work for Junior.
He don't pay enough.
Of course, course you're going back to school tomorrow, Junior.
Oh, no, Mom.
You can do this after school, dear.
Oh, no. I gotta supervise. Besides, I'm planning to expand. I'm gonna call it the Junior Riley Delivery Service. Well, school's a waste of time.
Junior, you're going back to school.
Well, someone's at the door. I'll get it.
Well, Riley, let him make his own decisions, huh? That was a great idea you had there.
There's nothing wrong with my idea. Is it my fault he don't fall into my trap?
That boy's going back to school tomorrow.
Mom, it's a parcel for you. The boy's waiting for $5.
Oh, yes. Riley, give me $5, please.
$5, what for?
Well, I got a new hat.
Another one? You just bought a new hat 3 years ago.
Riley, the boy's waiting.
Well, yeah, let's not keep him waiting too long. He's one of my delivery boys.
Riley, give me the money.
Money. That's all I hear around here. You think I'm made of money? Send it back. You look better with a naked head anyway, Peg.
Oh, all right. I'll send the hat back.
Oh, wait a minute, Mom. Here's $5.
Oh, now, wait, Junior. I won't let you.
Oh, forget it, Mom. From now on, anytime you want money, you just let me know.
Now, just a minute, you little capitalist.
Well, don't worry, Pop. There's more where this came from.
Now, see here, young man. Your father will look after the money matters around here. He's still the head of this house.
Oh, but why can't
You heard what your mother said. I'm the head of this house. And in this house, whatever your mother says goes. Give the hat back to the boy, Peg.
All right.
Well, I don't see why you don't let me pay for it. It's just a loan, Pop.
I don't need no loans, thank you.
Oh, I don't mind. Anyway, I can take it off my income tax as a bad debt.
What did you say?
Well, my income tax. If I make this kind of dough, I'll have to pay income tax. Oh, say, Pop, can I list you as a dependent?
What a revolting development this is. Oh, what a mess. Nothing but trouble. I wish there was some place I could go to and forget all my troubles.
I know just the place for you.
Oh, it's you?
Yes, it is I, Digby Odell, the friendly undertaker. Greetings, Riley. You're looking fine. Very natural.
Digger, I'm in a jam. My junior went and quit school.
Oh, that's bad. A boy must study if he expects to get anywhere. Take my son, Fine Wood. Woody wanted to quit college, but I made him study. And today he's one of the most prominent doctors in New York. I miss the dear boy.
Oh, you don't see much of him, huh?
No, but I run into his patients from time to time.
Well, in a way, I'm to blame for Junior. I don't know what's the matter with me, Digger. I try to straighten people out, and everything turns out upside down.
You wouldn't last long in my business. Exactly what happened, Riley?
Well, I told Junior that he could make his own decisions, so he decided to quit school.
Oh, that was very foolish of you, Riley. As the head of the house, you must make the decisions. Down at my place, nobody makes a move without me.
But now Junior won't go back to school. He's making a lot of money. He's got his own business.
Oh, very admirable. But the boy must study. Don't let the same thing happen to Junior that happened to my youngest son, Mossbank. He decided to quit school. I said to him, Mossy, if you don't get an education, you'll wind up digging ditches.
Yeah? Well, what happened?
He quit, and my prophecy came true. He's working for me.
I could force Junior to go back.
Oh, no, not after you told him to make his own decision. I have a better plan. You say this business of his is keeping him out of school? Then buy him out.
Oh, no, he wouldn't sell, D. But if I could trick him... Digger, you just gave me a wonderful idea. You sure opened my eyes for me.
I did?
Yeah.
Well, I don't do that for everybody, believe me. Well, cheerio. I'd better be shoveling off.
Riley, we got to settle this nonsense of Junior's once and for all tonight.
That's just what I'm working on, Dumplin'.
What's that you're writing there?
That's my will.
Your what?
My will. It's a trick to get Junior to sell me his business.
Well, of all the nonsense, this is
you
the...
don't understand. If he didn't have that business, he wouldn't have no reason not to go back to school. But he won't sell it, so I'll trick him into selling. I get him to sign this will as a witness, but what he won't know is that he's really signing away his business to me. You see, he won't know I'm giving him the business, so he'll give me the business.
That's Riley logic for you. May 20th, 1949, The Life of Riley on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. The conclusion follows these words from your favorite station. Just going to take a minute here to tell you about the big savings going on now, the clearance sale at MyPillow.com. And you know, I've talked about how in my office I have a pair of My Slippers, and they're really comfortable, and they're on clearance right now. The MyPillow.com slippers, $25 a pair, limit 10. And I would buy 3 or 4 more pairs. Unfortunately, they're out of my size. They also have sheets, pillowcases, clothing items, all on special right now. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the clearance tab at the top of the page, use my promo code Wyatt, or call 1-800-928-4715. Limited sizes remaining in the MyPillow slippers, limited colors on other items. MyPillow.com, clearance tab, promo code Wyatt, 1-800-928-4715. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of The Life of Riley, May 20th, 1949.
Riley. Did you get your head caught in the bus door again?
You leave it to me, Peg. You women just don't understand how big business operates.
Mom.
Oh, here comes the sucker. Watch how I outsmart him. Junior, come in here.
You want me, Pop?
Yes, son. There's something important I want you to do for me.
What is it?
I want you to sign this here paper.
What kind of a paper?
Why are you so suspicious? It's my will. I just want you to witness it. I'm not trying to put anything over on you.
But, Pop, you said never to sign anything unless you read it first.
Okay, I'll read it to you. You'll see for yourself. It goes like this. I, Chester A. Riley. I'm Riley, ain't I?
Yeah.
Of 1313 Blueview Terrace, Los Angeles. That's where I live, don't I?
Yeah.
Being of sound mind...
Don't answer that one, Junior.
Peg, this is my will. Have some respect for the deceased. Being of sound mind, do hereby prepare my last will and testament to wit. I bequeath my entire estate to my wife, Peg, and my children, Junior and Beth. There, see, it's on the level. Here, you sign as a witness.
Oh,
right
okay.
Chester Riley, Jr.
There.
Fine. And here's $10.
What for?
For the witness fee.
Well, you don't have to pay a witness.
Yeah, I know, but, well, let's just say that it's a dying man's wish.
Okay.
Then you accept?
Why, sure.
I got him. You walked right in my trap. You know what you just did by signing this will? You handed me your delivery business.
My business?
The next time you should be more careful and read the fine print.
Where's the fine print?
Well, right on this paper here, the one in my pocket. I'll read it to you. My entire estate mentioned above consists of the Junior Riley delivery service, which the owner of same has just sold to me for $10.
But, Pop...
Well, Mr. Businessman, outsmarted, huh? You haven't got no more business.
But, Pop...
You may think you were pretty smart when you gypped those poor kids you had working for you, but you'll have to do a lot better to gyp a gyp like me.
But, Pop...
the next time...
Let him talk.
Huh? Oh, well, sure. What do you got to say, son?
I haven't got a business anymore. I sold it just before to a fella for $20. I decided to go back to school anyway.
Yes, sir, you sure outsmarted him. Oh, Riley.
Give me back that $10.
Oh, no, you said that was a witness fee.
But he tricked me. Peggy, you gonna let him keep that dough?
I should say not. Hand it over, Junior.
Okay. Here, Mom.
Well, that's more like it.
We'll need this to pay for your piano lessons.
Now, wait a minute, Peggy. You ain't gonna get away with this, not this time.
Oh, no? What are you going to do about it?
Plenty. I'm gonna see to it. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna forbid it. I'm gonna stuff cotton in my ears.
The Rileys will return in just a moment. Are you bothered with dull, lifeless hair, ugly dandruff? Then it's Prell for you, Procter & Gamble's Radiant Cream Shampoo. Because Prell helps hair stay lovelier 2 ways. First, Prell leaves hair more radiant than any soap shampoo. Prell can't leave a dulling soap film. Just soft, smooth, Prell washed hair. Second, Prell removes embarrassing dandruff quickly, in as little as 3 minutes. Leaves hair and scalp sparkling fresh, radiantly clean. It's economical, too. Goes farther than any known shampoo because it's more concentrated. Try Prell. As our glamour girl says,
I'm Tallulah, the tube of Prell, and I'll make your hair look swell. It'll shine, it'll glow, so dandruff-free. For radiant hair, get a hold of me. Tallulah, the tube of Prell shampoo.
You know, Peg, I'm not sorry that Junior took up the piano again.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, dear.
Yes, sir, I think that boy of mine's got real talent. I noticed a definite improvement lately. Just listen to that boy play.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Riley, if you'd take your nose out of that paper, you'd know what's going on. Junior's out playing baseball. I'm just dusting the keys.
ever wonder why the United States has the world's highest standard of living? The answer is our economic system, producing more things for more people. Your well-being and mine depends on our understanding that system, keeping it working, improving it. Remember, the better we produce, the better we live. Procter & Gamble invites you to join us again next week to hear The Life of Riley with William Bendix as Riley. The Life of Riley motion picture will be opening this week in Philadelphia, Harrisburg, and Reading, Pennsylvania, San Diego, California, and Troy, New York, and in many other communities throughout the country. Don't miss it. The script is by Alan Lipscott, Reuben Shipp, and Dick Powell. Mrs. Riley is Paula Winslow. Digger Odell is John Brown. The Life of Riley is produced by Irving Brecker. And remember, for more radiant hair, free of unsightly dandruff, get the shampoo in the tube. P-R-E-L-L, Prell Shampoo.
May 20th, 1949, The Life of Riley on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the soap opera Claudia, May 20th, 1948.
And now, Claudia.
Da, 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 da. Desert'll be right in.
Lovely having music with one's dinner, isn't it,
That's
Claudia?
musical music, too, David. Are you complaining? Complaining, Mama? Why, I should say not.
A singing maid? Why not? There was a time when singing waiters were all the rage.
You may not remember, David, but I do.
Mother, your long white beard is showing.
Anyway, she may not have a beautiful voice, but otherwise, our Gertrude is a pearl.
A pearl in the rough.
That is a diamond.
Or a chicken.
Roughly speaking, I think the chicken Gertrude prepared was delicious.
I'm stuffed.
That was chicken.
I wonder what Gertrude's concocted for dessert.
Probably concocted something stupendous.
If you two aren't eating food, you're talking about it.
Dinner table conversation, Mama. Do you mind?
Well, it's not all there is in life.
Oh, but it's such fun. Would you rob us of such a simple pleasure?
Hush up.
You heard your mother, Claudia. Hush up.
I didn't say anything.
No more discussion about food. Check?
Check.
Thank goodness that's settled.
Now, Mrs. Norton, you may tell me what you think our dessert will be.
A souffle, maybe. Or a pie?
Gertrude doesn't look like a souffle to me, does she to you?
No, worse luck. She looks like a rhubarb pie.
Oh, no, not again.
Oh, rhubarb pie is very healthy, Mother.
I don't eat Tippy healthy.
A terrible mistake, Mother.
It's enough I have to eat a raw carrot at every meal since Gertrude came.
Are you complaining, Mother?
Of course she is, David. She resents not being the boss around here anymore.
Well, of course.
Mama likes to know what's cooking in the kitchen, David. But since Monday, when Gertrude took over, she hasn't been allowed in.
I smell apples. I bet it's going to be an apple pie.
Bet you 20 cents.
It's a deal.
Shake.
Shook.
You're both wrong. It's apple dumplings.
It is? Wonderful.
You like apple dumplings?
I love them.
Oh, I do too.
I've never eaten them.
I only hope you two aren't contagious. There ought to be one sensible person around here.
There isn't. Oh, yes, Gertrude is sensible. Even her shoes are. I hate sensible shoes. They reflect personality.
Hush up. Here she comes.
Too bad you had to wait, but I'm not used to electric stoves yet.
It's only baked apples.
Hope they're baked through.
I'm sure they are.
Can't be too sure, but an apple a day it is, raw, baked, or mashed.
They look delicious.
Baked apples have such character.
More milk for anyone?
No thanks.
Demi-tasse of coffee, Mrs. Brown?
No, thank you, Gertrude. Not tonight.
Pardon me, Mrs. Norton, but I thought you ought to know I'm doing the closets tomorrow.
The closets?
I like to wash them out with ammonia every now and then.
Oh, of course.
Then I'll take everything out of the closets and start bright and early. Well, now, I'll get to my dishes.
She certainly is efficient.
She certainly is.
Yes. Mama, how's your baked apple?
It's baked enough.
So's mine.
She's a very good cook, too.
Yes, excellent.
We're all going to be so very healthy. So very. Eating all the right things.
I hate all the right things.
You just don't know how lucky you are to have Gertrude coming in to help out.
She's so efficient.
And that's bad.
Everything's getting so done about the house. There's nothing for me and Mama to do.
I don't know how you feel, but I'm delighted.
Then why did you complain all afternoon that if you knit another stitch, you'll go mad?
You're imagining things.
Oh.
Now, let's go to the living room, darling.
Delighted. Oh, coming, Mama?
I think I'll go up to my room.
What for heaven's sake?
Not for heaven's sakes, for a little sleep. I think I'll turn in early tonight.
Sleepyhead. David, have you ever heard of such a thing?
No, not for a long time.
If you decide not to be snooty anymore, Mama, come on down.
I will see you in the morning. Good night.
Good night.
You know, I've never known any woman I'd rather have had as a mother.
You're the son she never had, David. Even a little of the husband she lost.
That was a nice thing to say.
You're a nice husband to love.
Come on. Here's my lap.
Here's me.
Oh.
Oh, now listen, I'm not that.
I should say so.
Well, now what are you going to do?
Read the farm bulletin, I hope.
Oh, how dull for me. David. Shh. This is important.
What?
I'm thirsty.
Then get off of my lap and get yourself a glass of water.
I'll get off your lap, but I can't get myself a glass of water.
Oh, why not?
Gertrude doesn't like anybody in the kitchen when she's working.
Say, whose house is this? Gertrude's or ours?
It used to be ours, but since last Monday when Gertrude came...
Yes, go on.
I've got a confession to make.
Make ahead.
I'm tired of rhubarb pie and an apple a day. And the house is so neat I can't find anything. And Gertrude's so cheerful all the time. Isn't it awful?
She's in my hair, too.
Oh, darling, you're so satisfactory. It's just that she's around all the time.
I know. Well, what do you want to do about her?
Well, I don't like to hurt her feelings, and she has worked very hard.
Well, there must be a way to let her go and still not hurt her feelings.
You won't mind?
On the contrary.
Tomorrow's the end of her week. Mama can tell her then.
You will tell her then.
Oh, dear. Well, anyway, she's got the house so clean we won't need another maid for weeks.
None of that. We'll start looking for one right now.
It'd be nice and relaxing to be alone for a change. Besides, Gertrude is really wasting her talents around here.
We don't appreciate her. That's the whole thing. We just don't.
We ought to write her a letter of recommendation, shouldn't we,
Well, that's a fine idea. Go ahead. Write it.
Dear
quietly.
whoever it may concern, I will begin.
You will not. You'll say, Dear, to whom it may concern.
Oh, that sounds so formal. If I'm going to give my maid away to somebody, I don't have to be so formal with them. It's quite a bond between us, isn't it?
If I thought for a moment that you were serious...
Yes?
Go ahead with your letter now. Then what do you say?
Then I say, dear whoever it may concern, this is to recommend to you Gertrude Hanson, widow. Mrs. Hanson is an excellent cook, a thorough housekeeper.
And a student of nutrition.
That's believing in raw carrots and apples and prunes, isn't it?
Especially prunes. Unfortunately, it is.
Ugh.
Mrs. Hanson is also efficient.
Works with initiative and energy.
Does laundry and ironing. And let's see. Is there anything else?
Anything else? What else is there?
Gertrude sounds like quite a person, doesn't she?
She sounds terrific.
With a letter like that, she'll be grabbed up in a minute.
In a second. David, how can Gertrude be so wonderful and we still don't want her?
Well, now let me see. I'll have to think about that. Oh, I know.
What?
We are crazy.
I guess we are. But I understand this, don't you?
At times.
Is this one of them?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't feel so terrible about letting her go, seeing as, in complete honesty, we can write such a very nice letter about her. Do you?
I catch the drift.
You know, it's funny, isn't it? In spite of everything, Gertrude is not for us, is she?
Well, I'm not going to discuss it anymore. We've made up our mind now. Gertrude goes.
How am I going to tell her?
Oh, that's your problem. Now I'm going to read my paper. So...
I certainly hope we're doing the right thing. That letter I'm going to write sounds so wonderful. No, I'll tell Gertrude tomorrow. She just isn't for us. David. Hey, David.
What?
See if there are any ads for maids in the paper.
All right. And we'll have some peace.
It's a deal?
All right. Let's see.
What do you...
Here's one for, let's see, No, she's not right.
Why not?
No children.
No children? Well, she'd be fine for us for a month.
Mm-hmm. Here's another. If a fellow wants to trade... No, I don't think he'd do either. You know, there aren't many ads for maids wanting jobs.
No, mostly jobs wanting maids.
Yeah. Here's one that sounds pretty good.
Read it.
Cook and general houseworker. Not afraid of work, kind and willing.
Ooh.
Efficient at all branches of housekeeping. Will live out.
Mm-hmm.
Loves children and animals.
Wonderful.
Excellent personal references from last employer, Right Box YBC.
David, she sounds too good to be true. She's for us.
For us?
Well, I don't have to hear one other word about her. I don't care what she looks like or anything. I'm going to write a letter to Box YBC immediately.
Hey, don't you want to interview her first?
With those recommendations, what could be wrong with her? Why, she'll be snapped up in no time. Say, maybe I ought to send a telegram instead of a letter.
Now, don't rush into anything, darling.
Well, these days you've got to rush into it. You can't afford to let a good person go. This wonder is a bonanza, pure and simple.
Gertrude is a bonanza.
She certainly is.
Pure,
What?
but not so simple.
Gertrude? What are you talking about?
Gertrude. She's the bonanza.
You are not making any sense. Or are you?
I are.
You mean you just made up the ad? It's not in the paper at all? Let me see.
There's nothing to see. It's just our Gertrude.
That was a nasty joke to play, getting me all excited about a maid that doesn't exist. And made so hard to get.
No, but she does exist. She's ours for the asking. We don't even have to send her a telegram.
David, do you think we should...
I think we should think it over.
When you talk about her, she sounds so wonderful. When you have to live with her...
All through in the kitchen. The garbage is out, the dog and the cat fed, and there's some hot fat on the stove, so be careful.
We won't go near it, Gertrude.
There's a glass of sauerkraut juice in the icebox for Mrs. Norton to drink before she goes to bed.
Thank you, Gertrude. David, you love it, you know. Half is for you, darling.
There's carrot juice for him.
Gertrude has everything all planned, darling.
The best laid plans of mice and men.
Well, see you all in the morning. Bright and early. Gotta get in them closets.
David, quickly before it's too late and I change my mind. Let's hire Gertrude.
All right, we'll hire her. Now kiss me. And let me read my paper.
Say, David,
Now what?
do you think we ought to give her a raise? Coming from such a nice place as us, I mean.
Are you on the entertainment committee for your club party? Are you planning any affairs at home? Better put Coca-Cola at the very top of the list when you start writing down what you need. Coke is such a universal favorite, and it costs so little. It's so no wonder so many people rely upon it as the very basis of hospitality. You've heard the phrase, where there's Coke, there's hospitality. And truly it seems to work out that way. Offer ice-cold Coca-Cola to your guests and see.
So Gertrude stays.
Not only stays, but with a raise.
Well, in her own way, she deserves it. Gertrude's quite a bit of maid to have around the house.
It's either too much or too little.
In this case, too much maid is better than too little maid. Gertrude is a real gem these days.
And every gem has its flaw.
Really? One we haven't discovered yet.
You'll discover it tomorrow night when Mr. Killian and a thunderstorm both come for dinner.
That's quite a combination.
Well, indeed. Perhaps even too much of a combination for the good Gertrude.
Well, I certainly want to find out what happened, so I'll be here tomorrow. Goodbye, Mr. King.
Goodbye, Mrs. Brown. As I was about to say, every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you transcribed with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again tomorrow at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir.
May 20th, 1948, Claudia on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage, classicradio.stream, classicradio.stream. Stream our shows, learn about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can contact me, find our social media links, and if you're so inclined, you can buy me a coffee. That Buy Me a Coffee money helps us acquire additional classic radio collections, as we have acquired a few recently, and also helps us maintain our distribution channels. That's at classicradio.stream. Thanks for tuning in. Tell all your friends the greatest radio shows of all time are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.